okay for you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. That's good. Okay. Yeah, I'm not in my
Okay,
usual.
cool.
I'm in the city. Hi, Stacy.
Yeah, I can tell by your background. As you can tell, I'm not at home actually myself.
Oh my gosh, we're on the road. Look at us.
Well, yeah, this is the place I not always like to be.
Oh, why?
It's my parents' house. I don't
Oh,
get any privacy. I don't get privacy.
yeah, I know that feeling. Hmm.
You know, you're past the age of 35, 40, even past 45, and you shut your door for some privacy and you get the, why is door shut? What are you doing in there?
First shot? Oh man.
Yeah,
Well, thanks
yeah.
for having.
It's one of those things. Thanks for coming back.
I'm excited. I'll always come back.
Good, because I've got some new questions for you this time around. Stacy last week did an amazing job with you last week. I let you guys go because Grizz and I were talking about it. The both of you just kind of clicked last week, and I just wanted it to be that.
Oh, we so clicked. I was having
Yeah,
so much amazing. She's an amazing. Clearly, she said that she has all this broadcasting experience, which
she
showed.
does.
100%
Yeah,
show. I was like, wow,
she does.
fantastic.
She It's the reason why I asked her to because I know she has the experience and she's good at handling a room,
Yeah.
if you will. Um, and she can actually multitask at the same time. So I said, what better choice than her? Uh, Technology was not on our side this week, so we're gonna more than make up for it hopefully this week, and then turn yours into a two-part series,
Ooh, two
which
part.
won't be the first time. Yeah,
I, everything is all good. So I'm just glad to be here and chatting with you.
cool, cool. Lovable Creations. If you're not following this person, I believe I want to say her name is, gosh, Heather, I think.
Ooh,
Starts with an H. She does some amazing stuff.
I'm
If
excited.
you haven't followed her, yeah, you got to go check out her Instagram profile. She
See,
actually does some of the things.
but I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, yeah, and vice versa. We need to make sure more people check out your. Well, we're going to talk about that later, but make sure they check out your Instagram because it really links you into everything else.
True, I do the link tree. Great little
Yeah,
tool. I don't know. I'm not associated with Linktree, but I will say when you don't get very much space to put your other links, it's a good one.
yeah. When I'm ready to put all my other links, and maybe I'll put that in my profile. But for now, I'm okay with just a YouTube channel.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, I feel like it was kind of a big deal for me to expand my link tree to not just be to actually incorporate profiles that were like not modern mystic, but like my real name, like Elyse, and my
Mhm.
other aspects. I don't know. There was like a hesitation, which probably like for good reason, right? But like to really just bring all of me to all of me, I guess. And it was like scary, but I've like linked the two worlds now. Hi, Jade. I linked the two worlds. So I feel kind of liberated.
Yeah, I think that's one of the questions I had for you tonight, and it's something that came up in a conversation in a live that was in last night. So I wanted to kind of talk about that with you and get your insight, get your input.
Yeah.
Um, I'm glad the two moderators for the room are in, our partners, Jade Tiger Grizz and Stacy Michelle Jury. Stacy are both here. With that, it is 6:15, so why don't we go ahead and start if you're okay with that,
I,
Elise? Cool. Welcome to our 3 Plus Me. Today is Saturday, November 19th. It is 6:15 p.m. here in Hawaii. Our guest, part two, continued from last week at the Modern Mystic 222, or Elise, otherwise known as Elise. On her social media, all of her, we just got to talking about her link tree. I believe all of her social media is the same at the Modern Mystic 222, right?
Correct. Yeah. So for Modern Mystic, so Tarot Fun, yeah, at the Modern Mystic 222 on TikTok, on YouTube, and on Instagram. And then I've linked some other stuff that we might talk about today. some improv channels, and communities, as well, even as my LinkedIn. And that's where it was like I was talking to you about like the hesitation of just kind of going full on linking everything together. But it feels good to just like, because that's kind of why I created it in the first place, was to kind of bridge the gap of myself between my what felt like two worlds, and then now it's like, yeah, I'm out of the closet, folks.
If you think about it, I
Closet,
believe.
really just me out of my own closet that I've put myself in. So I'm out.
Hey, I think we all do that. I think we all do that at some point in our lives. But I think like with apps, especially like Linktree, as I was going through your Linktree and looking at it, it's like, wow, I believe the apps are made more so for our convenience so that we can go to one place and it'll direct everybody to all my social media and all these different things. But I think what you're saying in your case, it's like linking two different worlds. So you have this spiritual side that you're working with, and
Yeah.
then you have that it seems like your professional side and your spiritual side has finally become one and incorporated into each other. But you also have now that improv side of you, which is a whole different side of Elyse. And I found that out last week. I was not sure, or I don't think I ever looked into that last week that you were
Yeah.
doing improv.
It's a
And I
bit
think that's amazing.
of me. I feel like the spiritual practices and aspects really coincided with improv, which is why I actually feel like improv is a big part of my spiritual journey. It is such a beautiful modality, I feel like, in general, of healing, which I mean incorporates so many aspects, but play being one of them. I mean, play is just such a healing, um, it's just so healing to just be in fun and play, and like fifth house Leo energy, especially for me. My inner child wanted to be an actress so bad. My little still does. She just wanted to be like, she just literally, like, I was thinking, I don't forget if it was right before this, but for some reason, like well, not for some reason, but my grandma was just popping into my head a lot. My father's mom that I grew
Hmm.
up with. And when I was little, she just fed that part. Like she, that small young one, just like would play like beauty pageant, and I'd always win. Obviously,
Yeah,
in our
obviously.
pageant. So, we just do all sorts of fun stuff like that. So,
That's cool. I mean, I think you're the first person I've met that wanted to be um, an actress or dreamt about being an actress. Hey, Annie's here, Annie. That's cool, though. That's really
I
cool.
like, and that's the thing. I was never super. It's like there are people who like wanted to be actors or actresses, and it was like they did drama in school, and they like really may have been very serious about it. I was more just
Mm,
like, no, like I just want to be an actress, like I want to be on stage. But I did dance when I was younger, but it was like I never really like took it to that next step where I was like actually serious. So it was just more of like this like inner child dream. And I think it's just more of like, everybody has their own motivations. Like I think I have a motivation of shine, which is like, yeah, just being out there. Um, and then there's a bunch of other types of like everyone has their own things that just kind of like is their natural, like, like where they get their energy from,
hmm.
um, inspired by, and like I think shine's one of them. But yeah, like I never really was like I was in one play in sixth grade. I was in a musical in middle school. Bye Bye Birdie,
Hmm.
McAfee, and I was like 3 feet taller than my husband, which made for supposed to be comedy, but our songs together were comedy in that aspect. So.
That's cool. That's really cool. Now, okay, you mentioned the word, and I wanted to bring this up too. You mentioned the word last week, and I hear you say it again today or tonight. You mentioned the word modality. Now, the Gemini in me wants to go in my back in my dictionary in my brain, go, okay, I can find that word, but really, I can't find that word. Will you do me a favor and help me and others explain what you mean by modality?
Yeah, I mean, man, now I have to think of my Gemini brain. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna literally define it, but
I don't want to, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot with that.
no,
I just, if,
for me, it's like a modality is like a mode of. And so when I say modality, it's usually in relation to what I'm of. Uh-oh, hold on. You're back. Or I'm back. So like it's like the mode of. So if I say a healing modality, it's like one of the ways of healing. One of them, and I think I mean it in like a formal way, but we're gonna see what Google says modality is defined by. Um, all
I
right.
kept thinking about the root word mode,
Mode,
MODE.
a particular mode in which something exists or is experienced or expressed. So yeah,
Oh, okay,
a mode,
okay, okay.
a mode of healing. I guess a mode of fun, a mode of
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool. I never heard that word until you said it.
Oh, okay. Well,
So I learned a new word. I can.
I'm actually impressed that I've utilized a word in a way that, like, for me, it's so funny because my Chiron, I don't know how much you guys talk about astrology on this show. And again, I do not claim to be an astrologist because it is a lifelong studying of astrology, but I'm a student always of it. And my Chiron's in Gemini, which means like the wound I came in to heal is around like communication, words, like the feeling of even like Chiron and Gemini could be like feeling like you're even like having the self feeling of like feeling dumb. It can manifest in certain ways. And like I've really been feeling that energy lately, especially with like in general I do. I feel like I can get a lot of more channeled messages and I can kind of go very realmy. And then when I want to communicate like what I learned or what I feel,
Mhm,
it's like so difficult to find the language to say it in or the speed. It's like the translation is very difficult and it's like
mhm.
it's a struggle. It can
Yeah,
be disorienting or just frustrating, I feel like.
I think what it is sometimes is our brains work faster than our mouth can speak what we wanted to say. Because I get like that sometimes,
Yeah.
and to get that to transfer from here to here and then to here, it's just a whole nother thing.
Yep.
So when I start to text, but my line's already on the next page and I'm texting yesterday's message, I'm like, there's got to be a better way,
Yeah.
you
No.
know. So
I,
I get it. I get it. Let's go back to the link tree if we can. Now, in the link tree, I know we have your social media, so Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, I saw on there, and also your improv. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later if that's okay. I want to go more into that if we can.
yeah.
Okay, cool. We talked about modalities. We talked about going back to Linktree. When you have your work life, your spiritual life is now, like I was saying, really working well together. You've integrated the two well. Then you have your personal life, which is your play life. And I kind of feel like the same way where I have my spiritual life, this live stream every week plus a YouTube channel, and it's not something that I really open up to my closest friends and my family.
Mm,
Kind of like how you did with your link tree, you
yeah.
know, to actually merge the two together. So now it's like, okay, this is me. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I have both sides of me,
Hmm.
and they're now part of one. I'm not there yet. I'm like I still keep the two separate.
Yeah.
There's there's a lot of hesitancy,
Hmm.
and I know Annie G's here. I know Stacy's here. Some really good minds. Even Soraya, she's here. I'd like to pick people's brains, but I'd like to pick your brain about that.
Yeah.
What's your feelings on that about keeping two lives separate? You said it best when you said, I'm out of the closet.
Yeah.
I myself, I'm not there yet. I'm
Yeah.
not comfortable with that yet.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I feel like every one of us probably has it's worth exploring it within ourselves because I mean, my story or my reasons could be different than others, but for me in particular,
Sure.
it has a lot to do with a particular healing that I'm doing in terms of, everybody will call it different things. I'll speak in terms of how my program would speak of it, where the distortion that I'm healing is a realm distortion, which is like third eye chakra. So just like my
Mm,
third eye has a lot of energy in it, obviously, because like I really love cultivating that part of myself. And naturally, I feel like I have tapped into more of those abilities. We all have them. We all have a third eye, a sixth chakra. We can all have these gifts if we want to cultivate them or be open to them. But sometimes you have a lot of energy or just based on your nurture, like there can be like, just a little bit of a distortion. And it doesn't mean that you don't have the gifts also, but sometimes it can go back and forth. So one of my core things for me is um with is a realm distortion, and like it can manifest in certain ways, like wanting to feel special. Um, there's a lot of other things, disorganized, like I mean I can name them, right?
mm,
But like really what it does is like there's a part of me that's like super sensitive, like this super young part that because of whatever it went through, like it hides. Like
mm,
it hides because it's afraid of like rejection, right? Or it's afraid of like it actually is afraid of being seen. So like funny enough, like I was talking about how just like I wanted to be on stage and all of these things. And for the most part, I said I wanted to, but I was more just play acting it at home. I never really took the steps to do it until now, more recently, to like just more put myself out there. But it's like there's this part that I was trying to hide because if like it's one of those things where like especially realmy beings like us, we can also you could even call it astrology, like some Pisces, but when you have that chameleon aspect to you, right? Where like
mm,
really can shapeshift it. It's like my little one can shapeshift. So it's like I know she's there and I know she's hiding, but I actually can't really even locate where she is because it's almost like you can hide from yourself because if that part came out and if that one got rejected, which was like your true self, that
I see.
how would you but when it's not your true self, it's like, okay, well, if this one doesn't work, then maybe I'll be this person. And if this person doesn't work, I'll be this person. And then all of a sudden you like, you don't really know who you are. And so when you come into that awareness of not necessarily really knowing who you truly are, or you have ruptures in relationships, or you could be in relationships where all of a sudden, like you feel like a different person when they're not there, that's like
Hmm.
an indicator that that happens. And so, really, a lot of my journey, and still is about really truly finding who what my self is. And part of that was me actually putting myself out there on my personal Facebook. Like the first time I posted, it was actually accidental. I accidentally shared my Instagram, a tarot video on my normal Facebook and Instagram instead of my Modern Mystic when I uploaded it. And right after I did it, there was like a couple comments and likes. And I was like, you know what? I must have done this for a reason. I'll keep it. But I'll tell you, like on my personal, and no offense to anybody, if you're personally on my personal Facebook that's watching this, or like people who've known me prior to this time of my life, um, I don't get a lot of interaction, right? Like they probably, and I don't know what that means, but what it does do for me is that like it actually is like almost more of what I need because me putting something out there and then getting validation and even subconsciously cultivating this side of me because it's getting reflected and validated back at me would almost not
Hmm.
serve in this case. It's the fact that I keep doing these things and I keep posting it regardless of
Hmm.
I get. And it feels so true. Like that's how I know I'm touching into something that's truly myself. And so when
Hmm.
I started this new job, I might have said this last time. The first thing I did, like I sat down, it like with all the executives, it was like the first meeting I was there, and I was like, "Look, I do tarot on you," because I just didn't want to even have a part of myself hidden. And so far, so good. I still have a job. Not that I think you
I
would.
think
It's a little like no one really. It's not that everybody really knows what it is, or they have certain thoughts about it. So
I think a lot of us who are light workers like yourself, Stacy, Annie, Grizz, and there are other people in here. Martin, I believe, it does tarot as well. I think at some point we have to reach that plateau where we have that confidence and say, okay, I'm going to introduce this to the rest of the world because they need to see who I really am. Like me, I want them to see who I am. I've tried to kind of open up a little bit to my family, and I got shut down right away. It was like, oh, you're doing that thing. No, I'm not doing that thing. The
Oh,
thing you're thinking about and you're talking about has been misconstrued and misunderstood for years. Oh, but it says in the Bible, no, you got to go back and read your Bible because the Bible, you misquote the Bible. You have to make sure if you're going to come at me, you have to make sure your facts are straight. If you come with just misinterpreted facts, then you're just as lost as anyone else.
yeah. That's tough. That
You know?
must, I can imagine that would be tough. And you're actually doing this from your parents' house right now. Ooh. Ugh.
Well, I do tell them that I have my Zoom calls every week, so they're cool about it. It doesn't affect them at all. It doesn't do anything for them at all, so they're okay with it.
No, I mean, I was just saying, I was more saying like, ooh, a little rebellious. Like, you're like, I'm doing it.
Uh, I okay, I am the rebel in the family. In
Yeah.
case you don't know, I have three siblings. I'm the rebel in the family. I'm
Ooh.
the one that got married, left the house on his own, moved away, got a family, came back to the island, got divorced, went and got tattooed all over my back and my arms, and piercing in my ears, and I mean, you
Oh.
name it. I had hair down to my back. I was a rebel in my family. I still am.
Ooh, I like the rebellion little fire in you.
But
See, talk about when you talk about being rebellious, you get a little fired up.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh
oh
yeah.
yeah.
It feels
I
like a true part of you. Like I feel like you're all alive right now talking about the rebellious part of you.
yeah, I get a little blood flowing now, in the body. But yeah, I am the rebel in my family. Not that I take pride in it, but it is something that has kept me going. It is something that has helped me with my confidence a lot,
Yeah.
you know.
How does it
So
confidence?
uh,
Because I can feel it, but I kind of want to hear you explain like the linkage between the rebel and the confidence.
it's the little rebel in me that actually is the confident one. Like you talk about your little one and the chameleon aspect of it. It's my chameleon aspect of it. I
Ooh,
don't show my rebel side. There's not many people that see it. After this video, probably everybody will, but I don't show
rebels.
that side of it. Yeah, exactly.
This bit into this recording.
Okay, we lost you for a little bit. The audio just went blank a little bit, so I don't know if it's my side or your side, but we'll keep going.
Okay, I just
Yeah,
made
go ahead.
that we're going to see all your tattoos by the end of this segment.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Taking off my shirt in public, it's been a few years,
Thanks to be.
but you can see it on my Instagram. It's there. You can
Oh,
see
oh,
the tattoo. It's,
you have some of your.
it's across my back, so
Oh wow.
it has it's three names actually. So on the very top is my Hawaiian name, and below that, in two smaller prints, there's both of my son's names
Wow,
in Hawaii.
that's
So
beautiful.
if anybody wants to know the interpretation of the names, you can message me and I'll make sure I get back to you with that.
I've been.
But yeah,
I'm putting this out there. I really been wanting to get a tattoo, but I had not gotten a tattoo because I didn't know what to get, which makes me feel like what I really wanted to do was have something meaningful enough to have a tattoo. But either way, I think I know what I want.
you do. Is this something we talked about?
Did we talk about this last week? Because I might have had that realization last week, but I think I want to get a butterfly.
Butterfly. Okay. All
But I
right.
want a galactic butterfly, like a space butterfly.
Mm,
Butterfly that would be out in
okay.
of the cosmos. So anyway, if anybody is watching this and has any cool cosmic butterfly art, send it my way. I'm on the hunt. For,
I have someone you might I have someone you might want to look into who has ideas. She's an artist
ooh.
and she does exactly what you're looking for.
Ooh,
So I'll
fun.
go send you her link. I'll go
That
send you her link.
okay.
Cool. last time we spoke about a lot of things about the work that you do in your, I don't want to say 9 to 5, but in your job,
Yeah,
the way you bring income to yourself, which
correct.
is your regular 9 to 5. But we didn't talk about a couple of things. I wanted to talk about the other side of Elise that we didn't talk about, we didn't see, which we kind of touched about earlier, and that was about your improv.
Yeah, I love improv.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So, how did you get started in doing that? What made you go and start to do that?
Yeah, so honestly, I was going to acupuncture regularly in the city before the pandemic, and there was an acupuncturist there who I would chit chat with. And right before the pandemic hit, she had been saying that she was going to start doing improv, like teach improv again, and I should come. So we might have exchanged like personal information then. But then the pandemic hit, and she decided to take it online and do what was called Zoomprov, so do it over Zoom.
Hmm.
So I joined, and it was like really fun. It was like just like really casual. It was like a good group of people that were like beginner improvers. And it was just like really fun. And I was like, wow, this is great. I love this. And what happened with COVID, with how long it was, that like all over the country there was a phenomena called Zoomprov, because all the people who were going to theaters and doing improv couldn't go to theaters anymore. So they,
Right. Okay.
and I will say begrudgingly, went online because it's a different form. But now it's been a form created, which now, with one thing I kind of feel like I've taken advantage of, and a lot of folks have, but essentially so many amazing improvisers and school theater, right, that you wouldn't necessarily have access to, went online. So then improv community, I mean, I learned improv from like literally amazing improvisers all over the country, even all over the world, from other major improv that just started jam that were all free. I literally left. I started the pandemic with my 9 to 5. Started my pandemic with
Hmm.
a career, and a workout routine, and left with so much of this, like so much more of me,
Wow.
and one being a massive amounts of friends all over the country that I met from doing online and doing improv online. Um, I just started getting really into it. I met a lot of people. I kept doing all the free jams, learning more and more. Took a couple formal workshops, even. Then me and a friend who met from the original group, um, uh, started a lot more better improv and self-expression. And so that's where we host our own jams and for people, and kind of have a community around it. And it's just so much fun. So we do that still weekly. So again, I've linked that now, my Modern Mystic. Oh, thanks for letting me. I think that was, I forget. I think I say your name again, because I know I can't see who you are from the picture, but I know,
Amir City?
yeah,
Amir City?
no, but I know they're a Facebook improv friend of mine for sure. But I just
Ah, cool.
see it. But yeah, no, I mean, now it's been like 4 years, but I appreciate you saying that. It's I only started on Zoomprov. That's what I'm saying, people. Anybody can do it. It's so fun. And so yeah, so we do weekly jams. And I started my dream. So this is the part that was like, I want to be on a sitcom. Like, I love the show Friends, or like all of that stuff. And it's like, I want to be on TV. So then I asked my friend Michael one day. I was in walking, we're on a hike, and I was like, is there like an improvised sitcom form? Which made it more sense because it's on Zoom Prov now. You're on TV anyway, kind of.
Hmm.
He was like, I mean, he's like, I've seen some teams do it, but yeah, I mean, it could be done. And I was like, let's make one. So we like
Mm.
invited like all the people that I've been playing with that I thought would be amazing. And we formed a team, and we're on season 6, and we're doing a special Thanksgiving episode on Monday. So it's a Thanksgiving special episode in between season 5 and season 6, live from the Asylum. The link's on my link tree if you want to watch some live improv, or all of them are recorded. But it's a fun sitcom. It's about a group of folks who live in like an old asylum that was converted into a comedy club. So it's like, it's like, imagine like an environment where there's like apartments and then like the bottom's like a bar and like a comedy club and like all the people who live there and cahoot with each other. So that's the premise. And then every week is just a suggestion and it's just an improvised episode.
Hmm.
That's fun.
Yeah. I saw that in your link tree, live from the asylum. You already have 405 followers on that,
Yeah,
live
we
from the asylum. That's a lot.
on Live from the Asylum.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, we have I mean, again, I will just put it out there. Like, we have an amazing community of improvisers who support each other, again, across the country, all over, like, all over the world. And we've been pretty blessed to have some pretty amazing improv guests. Um, so yeah, it's really fun. And we are always looking for any improvisers out there. We every episode of Live from the Asylum, we have a guest star. And so we usually play with
Was
somebody with us with the standard crew. So that's always fun too.
There you go. AIM Readings, which is Annie. She was a guest just before you. She's
Oh,
asking, "Oh, I'd love that. Can I explore the space? How
absolutely.
can people explore the space? How can they get to become a guest on Life in the Asylum?"
Yeah. So if you want to do any improv with the improv community, you can go the link tree where I say improv and extend. That links you to a lot more better improv and self-expression. And that's the improv community that is the same. I mean, me and my partner who created that community, we also do Live from the Asylum. So we host weekly jams, usually twice a week, and then we usually host some live events. I had been earlier in the pandemic. I really want to get back into, especially under the modern mystic. I think we talked about this last week, but dance is my form of meditation. It is like another modality, way
Yeah.
for me, and a form of connection. So I was hosting virtual ecstatic, and I'd love to like bring those back. So I do those under that page too. So we have all those events are free and just for community and all levels welcome. Even if you've never done improv, you can absolutely join the jams. And if I get enough newer people, I'll probably like put on like a just like a maybe a beginner's like 101, or maybe I'll like make a video or something on just the basics. But I
Yeah.
I really believe in improv as being just an amazing way of play, connection, friendship, community. So any and all welcome. The more the merrier.
Well, I think we have people who have a little bit of experience, like Stacy has a lot of experience, like Annie G, who is Ames Reading. She has some experience, and I'll explain why. Even Martin, who was here earlier, Purple Rain, and some of the other people in the community, and myself, we have uh, some talent in improv, if you will, because it takes us to be improv to get on every day and do readings on Instagram. That has to be improvised. It's not something that's okay. Today I'm going to talk about this. I'm going
Yep.
to plan it out. It's whatever card comes up. I have to improv, and this is your sign. This is your card.
Yep.
You know. And Annie says she don't have. Yeah, you do it every day, Annie. Just want to let you know I'm talking about you. But I like and Stacy going on live like this every week has to be improv. Yeah, I have my notes. I know what I want to talk about. I know what I want to bring up. I know what I want to feature with our guest. But it takes some improvising. It takes a little bit of talent to guide the direction of the conversation where we want to go and keep it in line. So
Totally.
we have people in the room besides yourself who do it now every day plus twice a week with Live at the Asylum that have that improv talent.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it goes back to even again what we were talking about earlier about like I mean, for me, like, and this is in my professional work as well, where it's like me having to try and like if you give me a blank presentation and it's like make a PowerPoint, I can know exactly what I want to say, but to sometimes um actually be able to express it or like it gets like that perfectionism can be very blocking almost.
Mm,
And
yeah.
or part there's like a protector, there's a part that comes up that is just really like, it's almost like a freeze response. It's almost like panic. It's like like I could get worried that I won't be able to do it right or something like that. That part gets very frozen. And so it's like almost like that writer's block, or like kind of blanking out when I have so much I know. So that's why yeah, like improv is amazing, because it just lets you express, and there's like no right or wrong, and the whole point is like yes anding. So that's where I say it's very healing too, because you're really just bringing your authentic emotion. If you really, the more you open up and really just be open and just flow, the more healing I think it can be, because you're really just bringing your authentic, whatever's coming out, your authentic reactions, and then somebody is telling you yes.
Mm,
Like, yes, that's right. Yes,
mm,
validating you and expanding. They're basically telling you if that's true, what else is true. And it's just like this
mm,
amazing, like magical space and container you create. So, and then for me, the cards, again, like I do feel like I am a little bit more of a channeler and I read really intuitively, but the cards, like, it is almost like it's like if I had to again write out, and if you notice on my one of the reasons, like I rarely do posts and I rarely do written readings because of it being really difficult for me to like actually get them out. Like I actually will just sit there and I'd be like, I know what I want to say. It's really hard to like words. And that's why
mhm,
videos, and I think all of us have our own unique way of expressing ourselves that feels most natural to us. And I
mhm,
encourage people, even in my work and my professional work, my teams, they're all different people. Some people love writing a lengthy email, like they love a great email. Go write the email. Some people like me, I will resist writing long emails as much as I can. So then I just started recording myself and sending out videos, or just hopping on a call and explain and talking to someone for 5 minutes. Like it's just what is best for me. Like that's kind of like what I encourage others to do. And because I feel like you're gonna communicate your voice and your message the best way when it's most authentic to you.
mm. I like that.
So I always encourage that. And for me, it's super intuitive. And like, if I could read tarot in meetings, I mean, I have before, but I would.
Say you're saving one soul at a time, right? At work, I believe we said last week.
I
The spiritual mole.
it's a spiritual mole. I mean, it's not that
Yeah.
I won't generalize and say that all work environments or everything are devoid of any of this. That's not true. But there is quite a lot of folks in, I will at least say in my industry, in tech and, in corporate and tech and, Silicon Valley type tech. Yeah, like there's a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. And
Mm,
there's a lot that I feel passionate about creating safe work environments for people who even have felt like they have left corporate, which by the way, like say what you want, but for me, these companies, like it is nice to have a stable income. Yes, some people are entrepreneurs or work for themselves, and like power to them. And I think it's amazing. We all should like live your dream. But there are some folks that have chose that path because these environments aren't safe. And some people would like
mhm,
a stable role where they get benefits and all of that stuff provided. And they deserve to have a space that's safe enough for them to feel like they can be there, right? Because we need company. I mean, this is our economy. Like they're going to be there. So I just hope to be able to be a leader to create those spaces that are safe for the people who want to be in those spaces. Um,
Now, let's get more specific because I did check out your website today. And it's not just a safe work environment, but you said you want it to be a psychological safe work environment. I think that's way different.
it's
I
very,
think that's interesting.
well, yeah. So just like there are regulations in terms of like if you're working in an environment, like let's say you're in manufacturing, there's safety regulations. They need to
Right.
ensure responsibility to ensure a safe work environment. Well, in other areas of companies or other companies or in industries, I believe like mental health is just as important as physical health, and there should be standards, and there should be ways of making sure that the spaces that you're in are also not just physically safe, that it's not going to light on fire, the ceiling's not going to fall on you, that you're not going to have an environment that is not good for your mental health in so many ways. And that is harder to, I'm not going to say that that's not a complicated task to manage, but
Hmm.
I don't believe yet that there is enough intent behind it. There's still not enough intent to say that we as a society are going to require these things, whether it's hard to, yeah, complex to police it or manage it, fine. But the first step would be to really put it out there. And that hasn't happened,
Hmm.
I'd say.
I think a lot of it too, and there's a couple of things I won't talk about in our live stream. One of them is politics,
Yeah. It's
but
a tough
I
subject,
will say
polarizing.
I will say this much that because our government likes to regulate a lot of things that goes on in our life, in our workspace, and even in some spaces where we go off and enjoy ourselves on vacation. A lot of it has to be regulated. We have to follow rules and all this great stuff. And coming from corporate America myself, I understand that a whole lot. But when you talk about the psychological aspect, the psychological safety aspect, working with human resource managers in the past, it's something that I don't think the government or maybe not a lot of people in corporate America understand because it's not something that's tangible to them. It's not something they can grasp on and hold on to and say, okay, this makes sense. We need to start making some regulations and rules about this to make this safe for this workspace environment. It takes someone to come into the company and introduce it with the understanding, like yourself, and go, here, this is what it is. This is what we need to talk about when we talk about safety. It's not just the physical aspect of it, it is the psychological aspect of it, of the mental health part.
100%.
So I did see that you're very passionate about that, passionate about supporting education and resources to people struggling with mental health. I didn't know that. We didn't talk about this last time.
Oh, yeah. So, real quick sound check because there's a lot of noise up there. Is it interfering? Should I put my headphones in, or are you hearing all the
Probably.
bumping?
I'm
Okay, let
hearing
me
you
put
like a
this in.
wave. Your voice. Go ahead.
Is this better? A little bit better?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so with anything that I do on Instagram, like all of the readings and the tarot and even healing work, like gain more experience in my program and work towards being a practitioner in my program. Um, any of that work, I ask if someone's called to in terms of compensation to donate. And I really do like right now I'm supporting Active Minds on my website, but there's so many deserving causes. I do like Active Minds because it helps bring mental health awareness to children in schools, and in community, but then also they actually have a another area of their organization that works towards corporations as well. So I was like, it really hit both
Mhm.
areas, which is really great because I feel like, um, so me again, we talk spirituality. We can call it spirituality, and I do feel like it's because I mean everyone has definitions as what spirituality means to them, but for me, like it's very integrated, and there's a lot of tangible skills and modalities, but even like therapies that I feel like are their therapy now because they're kind of reactive to things. Whereas like some of the skills and some of the things you learn in therapy, if done proactively, they become more skills or just more learnings versus having it
Mhm.
be like healing after the fact, right? So I just feel like there's so many things that wouldn't even appear to be therapy, like they're like, oh, why would you therapize your children? It's like, well, it's not really therapy when it's proactive. It's like it's more like more teaching emotional regulation skills or certain things or interpersonal relations. It's like really tangible things, distress tolerance. Like there's so many different skills that I consider part of my spiritual practices
and healing
Hmm.
that can be taught in one early on in schools, but in terms of how I've integrated, when you say like, oh, I've really merged the spiritual with like my work, I mean, I'm starting to, and I'm really still cultivating it, but I do believe, just as like we talk about psychological safety, bringing awareness to making sure the way that the environments are safe psychologically in terms of culture and interpersonal relationships and personal dynamics, right? There's also the ability to really like heal with each other, right? As an adult development is really all, again, how we interact on a day-to-day basis with others, right? Like it's,
Hmm.
I think it's like when you are it's one out of every three. Like they say, like, our parents do the best they can. I truly believe everybody does the best they can. And essentially for certain things to become, something to heal later on, right? From your childhood, the
Hmm.
parents have to get it wrong 2 to 3 times. So if they get it right 1 out of 3 times in terms of like reinforcing a certain behavior that or a skill to grow, you're fine. It takes 33%. It's the same
Hmm.
thing like with like adult development. It's like our interactions, like they matter, right? So it's like if you just even approach the world and say like, I am aware that my interaction with this being matters. It matters the way that I show up in this small interaction or this longer interaction or with the people in my life. Like this actually matters.
Hmm.
Then like it creates a different way of you showing up, and then it impacts the dynamic of how someone shows up with you. And if you then be making it very intentional, it can be really powerful.
Hmm.
That's what I believe, at
Yeah.
least. That's what I'm trying to bring.
Yeah. That's cool though. I like that. Yeah. So searching through your website again, for those of you who just joined, we are with Elyse, the Modern Mystic 222 on Instagram. Please go check her out. Check out her website. Check out her Instagram. She does daily readings, and improv, intuition type reading every
Yeah.
morning. So I try and catch that. Actually, you do a couple of readings a day. I believe maybe two or three a day,
It
if I'm not
depends. I
mistaken.
don't have as much of a cadence. Like I try to post daily. Sometimes like I kind of it's like an intuitive thing, like because you know how you can kind of feel the energy, and like so for me, like sometimes like I can feel when like there's like I don't know, like when there's receptivity, like they're ready, like so most days I post. Some days I post more than once, depending. And I probably post almost every day on TikTok, I'd say. I post more
Hmm.
content on TikTok because I will be honest, like the algorithm's a little bit different, and it's not about it being seen, it's more about like how often you'll see my face. I don't want to overload, let me put it that way. I'm not trying to overload everybody with too many messages because then that can be confusing. So I kind of intuitively can
Hmm.
feel it out, but most days I post. Yeah. I try to keep I try to because they're quick messages. My YouTube had when I first started, I was definitely doing longer readings, and man, I could go like 20, 30 minutes. I still love doing them. And I try to do at least one longer one a month. I might start bringing a little bit longer ones back because I really do like digging in. But I found that the 3 minute mark is a decent amount of time where I can get a message across, and there's enough time in the day for people to digest it.
You know, I spoke to another content creator, tarot reader, and she said you can actually get out a message in 30 seconds.
Oh, you totally can. She probably can. Me, you could see how many words I fit into 3 minutes. So it's a little tougher. But I mean, you absolutely can. You can get a message out just by connecting with someone without words for 15 seconds. Like there's so many ways to communicate. So I 100% agree with that. But for me,
They're
it was a little challenging, more challenging.
no, it's totally cool though. I do see or I look or watch other tarot readers besides yourself. There's Annie G, and there's a couple more people that I do watch, and you can see even though the style's a little bit different, like you said, there's a cadence to the reading itself.
Yep.
There's a pace that's taken, and I can actually see like when I watch your videos. Let's talk about your videos. when I talk, we see, I look at your daily videos. There's a time when I see you draw the card, and then I
Hmm.
can actually see that the intuition coming to you, and I can actually see this like this download coming on.
Mm.
And then you show the card and you say what intuitively what you feel this message is, and then I see you put the card down once, but when you go to grab it again, it's like she's got the second download. It's
Yeah.
that intuition, that thinking process that comes through. So I kept thinking, man, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like for me as a medium, when I see messages, for me, it comes like the old type Polaroids, where I hear
Mm.
like a shutter click, and I see this picture.
Oh, so you
But a lot of
see.
times it's yes, a lot of times it's in black and white. But
Ooh.
it's like I can hear this shutter go click, and I see the picture in front of me. And then
Wow.
it's like the old slides where it just disappears. It swipes off to one side, and then I hear it again, click. And sometimes
Oh.
it'll just keep going like this. It'll just keep showing me. And there's rapid pictures going, and I'm like, okay, I don't understand. You got to slow down. You got to help me out. If I got to, I'm supposed to give this message because it happened to me twice last week where this message is this person who was coming on and he was strong. We talked about that last week, in fact. The message was
Mm.
very strong. It had to do with his energy. It had to do with a mystery that was 26 years old.
Mm.
And it just going boom, 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 boom. And all of a sudden, there was a point where I was kind of like taken out of my body. And it's like, okay, you're too slow for me, is what I got. Here's what I need to say. And bang, 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 bang. And then
So
it was
do
done.
so do all this. So when you're connecting from like a medium perspective, and you're
Hmm.
seeing, so the way that you're shown the information is similar all the time in terms of this Polaroid picture, obviously coming from a different being, right, or spirit. Is there like your guides in the middle translating, or like how do you feel like it goes from the spirit into like the way that you see it? Does that make sense? My question.
It does. So maybe I can explain it where it paints a picture of what I see, what I hear.
Yeah.
So before I even jump on like in our lives, I always ask my guides. I have three, and I ask them to be with me tonight
Mm.
and protect me from any negative entities, or any negative spirits, or anything negative that wants to come true through because I want to make sure one, my guest is not affected, which is you, and the
Mm.
people in the chat room, and also myself, but
Mm.
also the replay watchers, anybody watching the replay. I want to make sure that the guides are here to protect me and in the future for the videos, for the replay. But
Beautiful.
how I know I'm going to get a reading, I get this puncture, like it's like a little, like a pinprick like this in
Ooh.
my shoulder blade in the back on this side.
Oh, fascinating.
And it can actually get really hard, but it'll start off with just a poke. Hey, I'm here. Hey, I got a message for you. Hey, this
Mm.
person needs, and it just keeps going all night until I say,
Is that your
all right,
guide
I hear
poking
you.
you, or is that the spirit poking you?
That spirit,
Got it. Okay.
that spirit telling me, hey, I got a message for you. Some reason, that's the most sensitive part of my body. I know I have a thick head, so if you try and tell me something is blue, but I know it's red, you're not going to get me to say it's blue. So they get me in my back, but I can feel it until it just becomes real persistent. All
Yeah.
right, what do you want me to see? Show me. And then I hear the click, and it's like, there you go. And I can look at it
Mm.
and I have to interpret, okay, what am I supposed to get from this? What am I supposed to tell this person? What does this person need to know?
Mm.
A lot of times I will not get a name, but I will see if it is a male or female.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that much. And a lot of times I will get a first letter.
Wow.
But lately, the names have been coming on just like that.
You've been guided towards, or vice versa, some strong energies have been guided towards you to deliver
Hmm.
messages. So it's pretty
Hmm.
powerful
Heavy
stuff.
ones.
Yeah.
It is. It's heavy ones. And uh, I don't scare very easily.
Yeah.
Left side is the receptive side.
Mm.
Mm. Just my right side, though, I get it, though. Annie. So I don't know.
I
Maybe
think
I'm so
the right
hard-headed on
side,
my left side.
well, the right side is like the where the information comes in. It's like the right side is like the information, like very like more of this empathic, sensitive, like brings in, and then the left side's the analyzer that really like
Right.
interprets, I
Left
think.
brain,
Yeah,
right brain
right?
kind of thing. Yeah.
Where so it's like the
Left.
information, like you like the right brain is a little bit more felt sense. So like more of the intuition would come from the right side, or even just from like
Right.
your crown chakra, whatever that is, and whatever clairvoyant, sentient, whatever you're experiencing. And then the left side analyzes it. And Western society, by the way, very left. We're a lot of just humans are moving more towards the left side. I That's a whole nother topic for a whole another segment one day. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I really passionately believe about talking about these things, going out here and talking about it, because I believe as a population, we need to start rebuilding some of the right side brain muscle. Would
Hmm.
benefit
Hmm.
um, humanity, I think, to be a little bit more right side practiced.
What I love about it is with me recently in the last 2 or 3 years, actually embracing that there are the possibility of me having possible gifts. I haven't got
Yeah.
to the point where I say, oh yeah, are you kidding me? I gifted. Are you kidding me? I got
Honey,
abilities.
what are you
I
kidding?
haven't gotten to
That
that point yet.
story? Okay. I feel like that you gotta give yourself, I feel like that was spirit telling you you can't deny it anymore. You
No,
can't,
no, no,
there's
no.
no denying it anymore. And again, you can do it humbly in the sense where it's like, it's not that I have this gift and it's like we all can cultivate these parts of ourselves.
Hmm. Hmm.
You have stepped into your power and your unique gift, and there's no denying it anymore. It was on tape. It happened. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
you're out. You're out of the closet
yeah.
too. That's it. Your gift's out. Surprise.
uh, yeah, it's the people closest to me sometimes that had I have the most or face the most resistance to or
Yeah.
from, I should say.
The
But
ones from
it's
earlier on in your life, like more like from like prior to this part of your life, because that it's. I mean,
uh more like family,
well, yeah, but
more like
they've
that.
been with us in terms of all of our development of all of the different layers that you're now unlayering. All the learnings we're
Yeah,
all
onions,
unlearning, and the thing is, it's
onions.
like it's part of our journey, and that's what they're here for, And but it's harder for people to who have watched us in a certain way, the majority of our life, be someone different or see a
Hmm.
different
Hmm.
area. It's just, it's like it's not, it's very, it's like would be very uncommon to not have any sort of a feeling of like, how do I recalibrate to this human that had a different energy prior, you know?
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
but it
I
is
mean,
difficult. You want to be accepted more than anything by them, or seen, maybe not even accepted, but like feel seen by that. But it's like, I will
yeah,
say, going back to what I said, me having that group, right? Those people who've known me before, not necessarily interact or really even show like direct. I'm not saying I feel unsupported, but there's not necessarily that validation. I will say it only solidifies me knowing I'm being myself, because again, it
mm,
feels still true and I'm not changing because I'm not getting a response. Even if I
hmm.
got a negative response, people would be like, your tarot sucks. And I'd be like, does it? Okay. I don't think so. Like, and there's not many things in my life that I really feel someone could be like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen, and be like, I love it. Like, it really doesn't even like, I am not hurt by it because I don't
Hmm.
believe that that's true. For me, like, my
Hmm.
truth is so like, this is such a pure expression of not only me, but like, I still feel like I'm delivering messages that are beyond, like, it feels so in truth that, like, no matter what anybody would say, I would never, it doesn't even like pain me to get it. And it's so interesting. And that's what I'm saying. If your mediumship feels that way to you, like, that's the thing. It's like,
You
that's
know,
how
I
you know.
I am confident in the readings that I give, and I won't open my mouth if it's not something that I'm sure of. I won't interpret a
Yeah.
message if I'm not sure about it.
Yeah,
I'll wait
it's
on it.
beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful because you want to make
Um,
sure you give it the integrity that the message, you don't want to mistranslate. And that's not always on you. If it's not coming in strong enough, if the
right.
disembodied spirit doesn't have enough energy behind it, you could be so sensitive picking up on energy that isn't as strong. And that's really hard to translate. We're still translating energy in between, so it's like it's not about you not being having a gift. It could be like, well, that energy, that disembodied spirit doesn't have enough energy on this plane to
Mhm.
really adequately communicate, and you don't want to disrupt and like misinterpret a message. It's like if
So
someone's
I
whispering
don't
at
know
you really
how.
closely, when are you gonna, it's like I can't hear you
That's
that
another
well.
part. That's for another time. But yes, I do hear things as well. I can smell things. I can pick up things by
Mm-hmm.
smell.
Mm-hmm.
I do smell a lot of times women's perfumes, especially
Ooh.
I want to say about 2 weeks ago, no, 3 weeks ago, I was picking up this lilac perfume.
Ooh,
Very, very
beautiful.
pretty. Very pretty. Um, but anyway, uh, I'll say this much then. Since we've gone this deep into my rabbit hole, I'll say this much. This is part of why I wanted to create this community. One, for us to have this safe place. Yes, the spiritual safe place. But two, I really needed to find some place where I felt like I fit in. I felt like this me that I'm now embracing, that I understand, that I've actually allowed to be shown now. I want to
Yeah.
be able to fit in someplace because it just felt out of
Hmm.
place every place else. Friends I used to go out and drink with and party with all the time. I was the fun guy. I was the happy drunk. I was the guy making all the jokes and getting up and doing the most craziest things when we used to go out to the bars. And that's not me anymore. That's
Yeah.
past me. It was
Yeah.
fun then. It's not fun now. I don't find fun in that.
Yeah.
You know.
You're just looking for your
But
tribe of energies that just feel good and
hmm
supportive and mix with your likes. And that's totally amazing to want. And I feel like you're cultivating that, which is amazing.
well, it's being able to meet some amazing people like yourself, like
Yeah.
Grizz, like Stacy, like Annie
Yes. So
G, like a future
amazing.
guest coming up, Annie T. Some amazing people that I feel at home. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm in the right place, like it's safe. I feel like this is a place where we can come and say, all right, you know what? I'm out of the closet.
Yeah.
This is who I am. If you don't like
Woo.
it, I'm okay with that as well. And in real life, I'm like that. If you don't like who I am, I'm all right with that. I would rather you say, you know what, Luca, fuck you. I don't like you. I don't like what you stand for. I don't even like what you do or what you represent. I'm good with that. I
Yeah.
would rather have you come up to me and say that than talk behind my back or just pretend in front of me. I don't do the
Yeah.
pretending stuff. I
I
can't
love
pretend,
that. I love that.
you know. So we went into this deep dive rabbit hole with me. But thanks for that. I appreciate your words of wisdom and your guidance. So I appreciate
Mm.
that. We did talk about you being passionate about supporting your education and resources, advocate for a psychological safe workplace, and that your proceeds actually go to this. Is it a charity, Active Minds?
Yeah, so Active Minds is an organization, a nonprofit charity. So right now, so anything that I receive from any of the spiritual practices or tarot or any of that stuff I do right now is all 100% goes to donations to Active Minds right now. But like I said, I may switch up different resources or different organizations. But right now, I really feel like they really like hold true to a lot of what I'm passionate about. So for now, that's the org. But yeah, I'm really blessed to have attracted some donations for them. So I'm happy about that. Feels
That's
good.
cool. That's good. That's so giving. And for those of you who missed it earlier, the Modern Mystic 222 is the website. Go check it out. She's got all of her social media linked there in her link tree in her Instagram profile. Check out her website. If you are looking for a reading, an intuitive reading with Elyse here in front of us, our guest tonight, by all means, please hit her up. There's a way you can sign up for it. And please remember when you are looking for guidance, when you're looking for answers, when you need to find the alternative help that the norm or normal America offers, and it hasn't helped you. It hasn't put you on the path to your healing. It hasn't gotten you in the direction to where you need to go. This might be your place for it. So make sure you go over to her website, sign up for a reading, and remember, you're going to be supporting a good cause, Active Minds, which all of her proceeds go to as her donation there to that charity as well. That charity. So with that, I think that's very selfless of you. Is that the right
Well,
word?
I mean, for me, like I mean, I've made the choice to keep my that professional career side, and that I'm doing. And again, for me, it was about finding ways to bring who I was authentically to that for me to really be able to make the choice and see a purpose and a mission in that in terms of really integrating and having yeah, like a passion about the integration of the two. But that being said, I also feel really strongly, and because I'm able to, that there is information that I feel like should be accessible to everyone. And
Mm-hmm.
I am really blessed to have been able to um, invest, I would say, invest in a lot of my healing. And it has not been a cheap journey. I'm not gonna lie. I've invested a lot of money. But that's not to say that there isn't there are ways to get this information without it, but I'm not going to say it's as accessible or as easy or as known. And so, as much as I'm able to, I really want to be able to provide as much information as I can to all who want to or are interested in learning, um, as long as I'm able to, right? And then, because I really truly believe that there is a need to have reciprocated energy, and that this absolutely can be a profession and should be able to earn money from this. It's just for me, because of my situation, I just want to do my part to bring as much information to others as possible for as little amounts of money as possible until society catches
It
up
really,
and really like starts like talking about all these other things, right? But for now, it's like I feel like there's and a lot of people do offer a ton of content for free as well as the services that they do. So it's a great balance, and I really believe in that. So I'm really appreciative to everybody out there who's sharing information. It's so powerful.
you're very patient when you say you want to, you'll wait till society catches up. Good on you. Good on you.
There's only so much I realize, like there's just like I can feel into the anger. I could feel into a lot of certain emotions about it. But at the end of the day, it only impacts me to feel it. Like I will say there is a place and time to express things with that type of an energy that is needed. And then there are times where like we can be just as effective, if not more effective, if we can find a different energy to come from, at least for ourselves. But it just really depends on your audience. And, I feel like I try as much as I can to
Mm-hmm.
be feel into the positivity that we're bringing and the opportunity that we're bringing, and that there are ways for us to do this, and there are people like you doing it. I feel so grateful that you are here doing this, and that is something to celebrate, because the more you do it, the more others can do it, the more I can do it, the more everybody in your community can do it. And so we are creating change, and that's a good thing. We're changing things for the better, so we
Mm-hmm.
can feel into that. Although trust me, I'm being patient right now.
Yeah,
There are times I'm not as
and
patient.
I think I wouldn't be as comfortable. I don't think I would be or feel as successful as I do if it wasn't for having great partners, like especially Grizz, who has uh, been out together with me from the get-go when I first
Mm,
brought this opportunity up for her. And she's grown in leaps and bounds. And she's gotten really good at making posts in case you I know you've seen the posts that she makes, so not
She,
once but twice.
I have to just say, Grizz and I, the reels and the posts that she did, that she does, and then the one she specifically did for me, I would just want to say thank you. Like, they are so amazing. They make me feel so special. Like, that she literally would go and like just like find little snippets and like make these creative, beautiful things. Like, it really feels like, for me, it felt like such a gift to
There she is.
like,
Hey, Grizz.
oh my God, look at
Hi.
that. Like, it really, I get to say this to you. It feels like such
Speak,
a
Nice to meet
gift
you.
because it's
speak of the
like,
tiger.
I know it, like it's such a gift because it just feels like someone's like celebrating me, and that doesn't happen very much for us. And it felt so
Aw.
celebratory and so in spirit, and so I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much. They're so
Oh, you're
sweet, and I love
welcome.
them.
I had this song in my head and this beat, and I'm like, I gotta find it.
Oh my
And
God, it's so
I don't know,
good.
I just like worked with my intuition, and I was like, this feels like a party. I don't know why.
It was so
And to
good.
celebrate. I'm like,
I love
showcase. Like,
it.
yeah, I just use that.
I love it. I love them so much. Like, I literally like treasure them. Like, they're just like, they're like gifts from this. It's like a goodie bag,
Aw, that's good.
but like the best
Nice.
kind.
That's so cool. I have fun doing them too.
It's good.
Yeah,
See,
but
yeah, that's insane.
I try and make a reel or try and make a post and then try and copy what Grizz does. And shit, every time I do it, Instagram says your video has been blocked and no one can see
Why?
your video because of the songs that I use,
Yeah,
which
because
comes
you
from
Really?
can't.
Instagram themselves.
You have to. Yeah, if you're gonna put music, you need to use the music on the app
Mm-hmm.
and
That is
not
the music
upload
from
your
their
own.
app.
No, but you have to do
Wait,
it
what?
from their app. Like, you can't preload
It
it.
is
If
from
you,
their app. It is
well,
in from the
then,
reel. I
okay.
don't know. That's why
Then you're
three
gonna have, I
times.
would say go yell at Instagram, but it's like literally impossible to contact
Oh yeah,
Instagram. So you're not gonna get it.
Why? That I've never had that before. That's crazy.
that's okay. I'm giving Instagram the salute, the one finger salute, the spirit fingers. There you go,
as,
Instagram.
as
And
this
by the
as
way,
this live shuts down.
I know, right?
I know.
Phew.
Pew. It blanks
Bye,
out.
folks.
I was just going to say that there are people that from Instagram that moderate lives. Did you know that?
Oh, I'm not.
Really?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I if it's kind of like, I feel like I'm seeing an image of like a meter maid, you know. So it's sort of like, it's like you may be right now they could be meter maiding us, and we only,
It's like, all
you
right,
never
Hello.
know.
if you're
But
there, we have some complaints here now.
Yeah, yeah. Can you call me? I got some things I want to talk about. Yeah, no. They've done a live. I was in a live one time when the person was playing their radio in the background, and Instagram shut it down real quick. It was like boom, gone. And then he
Really?
had to, yeah, that person hopped back on and said, okay, Instagram sent me a message that they shut down the live because of copyright.
yeah,
Wow,
you have to.
cool.
Well, the lives, if you're playing music, you have to be careful. We do have to do with improv too. Like, we want to put like songs on stuff. You just have to be careful because if after the fact, if you post it or during, they could be like, oh no, you're, costing us money, copyright
Yeah,
infringement. Yeah.
that's
I
crazy.
just, I,
You
I
can't
just
just
feel
have
like,
fun
It's like, how
these
do you
days and
know?
I
just,
know, right?
you
Right?
know,
Right?
It's like, how do you know what you can do, what you can't, like, until you get,
basically the safe thing is don't put
shut
any
down?
music on. That's the thing. You really like don't know. Like, the folks that do stream music, there is like, I think there's some way you can look up like non like safe songs. So you can like
Yeah.
have a list of the safe songs and
Hmm.
just already pre-know that. Otherwise, when in doubt, just
Hmm.
don't 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 play anything. I don't understand the law.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't very interesting content for this, but let's put a pin in this. But I'd be interested if anybody
Hey,
wants to
hey,
DM me
it's your
this.
live. You go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, look. If anybody wants to DM me this, what is the difference if I do a version of it though? Now it's a cover, and that's not covered by copyright. If I just sing it in my own voice, then it's not technically copyright. It's just the version
Copyright.
itself.
Yeah.
Because people on
I don't
YouTube
Yeah,
know.
like
you.
play covers all the
They,
time and get
they
famous
do
off of
covers all
covers.
the time.
Yeah,
Right.
I
you
think,
I
have
but
to
do
they,
that all the
actually,
time. Yeah.
somewhere
Somebody,
in your post, you actually have to notate that it is in original audio, not
oh,
cover, instead of
oh,
saying, okay, um, this song from Cher, Do You Believe in Love, blah, 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 and the song's playing in the background, and you're singing it, you're going to get copyrighted. So if you do your own version without the background music and you're just singing the cover on it, whether you
yeah,
change
you're playing
one
your own
word,
guitar and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So because
right,
it's your version, it's now. But I would have to
right.
say though, if you were
mm,
making money off of it, they would require you to have a patent. So I wonder. Anyway, DM me, people, if you know the answer. Just
yeah, yeah, it's a little confusing.
a little
Yeah.
But
Be
confusing for
mindful
sure.
what you DM, please. Be mindful what you DM, please. Okay.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
gonna say that.
I will be there. I'm not popular enough yet where I have issues with DMs. I'm still asking for DMs. When you know you made it big, when people are just like, "Don't DM me," like that's like they're
Yeah.
like, "Don't DM me." Uh, I'm not there yet, folks. So I still have DM
Yeah.
capability
the little blue little star on the top.
Yeah.
for
Oh,
now.
but
After that, you never know. If this could be a DM me soon, folks, because I might be shutting them off soon. Right now, I'm really responsive.
Now's the time.
you
My
never know.
response
That could
time's
be a
pretty quick.
yeah, there could be somebody sitting in the dark with his hat pulled over his head and he's watching this live and he's like could be
Okay.
Mr. Right.
Oh,
You
I
never
mean
could know.
that's a
You
little bit of a different energy. If that's you, don't
you never know. That could be Mr. Right, going, I'm
if
gonna
you're
DM her.
well, if he's in the energy that you just embodied, no, no,
Oh, okay.
that's not. Maybe fine. I don't know. Maybe that's just his nighttime DM
Oh,
life.
I have to put up the disclaimer. I have to put up the disclaimer, that's all. It's me
Whoever,
protecting you.
whatever spirit, whoever you were reading just now, probably not for the best.
No, I
Probably
didn't get the poke in the back, so it was the spirit. It was just me doing a
It was your
disclaimer.
little
That's it.
poke.
That was it.
Oh, so funny.
You know what? I think this is the point where we're gonna talk about going into the next segment. I'm not sure if it's something that you are prepared to do,
Yes.
Elise. I know you're not at home, so that's understandable. But I did want to see if we could do some reading, so I don't know if you are
Yes,
prepared
I
for that.
actually am prepared. I have a bunch of
Oh,
cards I've already
cool.
cleaned, and this is perfect timing because I still have some time, but I'm going to get going soon because I have that other commitment. Happy birthday,
Yes.
Tina. This is recorded, so this is your official birthday message as well. Hello, Tina. I will see you soon. Happy birthday.
Happy
Hopefully
birthday,
Happy
you're
Tina.
safe.
birthday, Tina. Thank you for
Um,
letting us borrow Elise for a little bit. Thank you for letting us take a little bit of her time. And please, while you're there, Tina, and everybody else is watching, don't forget to go check out our YouTube channel, The Only Elephant in the Room. Please don't forget to subscribe. You don't have to like the videos, but it does help. And I do
it does
appreciate
help.
everyone going over and take a look at our videos, especially these next two videos coming up with Elise. So with that,
Especially those,
before
like
you
those.
do a reading,
Yes.
yes, I want to close it out. Before you do that reading, Elise, thank you so much for coming on tonight and spending your night with us. I know you have another commitment to go to, which is why you're not at home. So I do appreciate you making some time to be with us tonight. It's so appreciative for you to come back, part two.
Me
And we're
too.
going to get
I
this
love,
right
thank you for
this time,
having
right?
me. It
Yes.
was right
We're
the
going to
last
choke
time.
Instagram.
Everything happens for a reason, folks.
Yeah,
Right.
I believe that.
I
I
It
really
does.
believe that.
do. And also,
So,
I feel like technology is technology, and that's not even that spiritual. Like when technology breaks, it's not always for a reason. It's just technology is flipping technology. And that's just life
yeah.
that we've created. So
Yeah,
I'm not the
that's
biggest
true.
tech person, so no judgment on the tech. Let it be, let it be. We just have to all accept that tech goes wrong. And it has for
Yep.
me multiple times. Like when I lose work over and over again and my computer crashes. That's not fun. We don't like that.
And then
That's
Mercury's like retrograde or something.
And I don't care
that's a
what
joke
people
right
say.
there.
All the
I don't care what people say, by the way. Gemini, Mars retrograde in Gemini is a different type of Mercury retrograde. It's the opposite. it's like the opposite energy of like where like Mercury retrograde can kind of make it like the information comes out or people speak a lot and it just gets jumbled or whatever. Like this Mars retrograde in Gemini feels like the need, like the fire to like literally live, speak your truth, but like something holding you back, like that ability to communicate it or express it. It's like this energy of like ready to just like break out. I'm telling you, I just feel like so much fire and people wanting to like go towards their truth or speak their truth, but like afraid of, because it's like Gemini is about your truth. And then we're coming up into this new moon in Sag. This is kind of going into the reading, I guess. This new moon in Sag, which is like the opposite of Gemini house, which is like more of like higher level truth, higher learning, like more for like the beliefs of the many versus the truth of yourself. But I just feel like everybody like to be called to just like really speak their truth or express their truth or just action their truth. No matter, like right now, it's just like I feel like there's not going to be ability not to. And I feel like if everybody just gives everybody space to really live their own truth, it will just give it's like it creates this space of like realizing like be able to realizing we're all connected even in our own truth type of a thing. Like it's just I don't know, I feel it. But anyway, I feel like it's like this opposite energy. It's like it's like the opposite of Mercury retrograde. It's like I can't speak it, but I want it.
Yeah.
Rah.
Interesting.
Do
Yeah.
Just do it, folks.
Just
That's
do
my
it.
challenge. Just do it.
So, Elyse, I'm going to bring up one of our past guests. Her name is Annie.
Okay.
Before you do your reading, I have a question for the both of you. And it's a question that came up
Okay.
last night. I don't think I'm qualified to answer that question, but I do believe the two people in the room tonight, especially you, yourself, and Annie, can answer this question. And I might put you on the spot. So I'm
Okay.
going to call her up if that's okay. I just wanted to make sure for the video's sake, I closed out your portion of it. If you needed to shuffle your cards, you can.
Oh yeah, I'll
But I
shuffle.
do have one question.
Okay.
I do have one question for the both of you, and you can take turns answering because I think it was a fascinating conversation. And there was a lot of uh, mixed mixed emotions and
Yeah,
Say it
there you
again.
are. You cut off.
all right, let's see. Give me a second. Technology. I
Really
was going to
there's
say
intense
earlier that
emotions.
I was going to say earlier that um, it's a funny joke that if you work in tech, but uh, your computer goes down. I don't know. It was just a stupid joke.
You know it is no, it's not a
It's my
stupid
mind
joke.
working too quick
It's
for
not a
myself.
stupid joke. It's
Uh,
literally why the reality is so.
why don't you go ahead and do your reading while I'm trying to bring her up, okay? Elyse, if that's okay?
And now, do you want me to do a reading for anybody individually or just anybody who sees this? Or does anybody have a question out there who wants a reading? Grizz, do you want a reading? Does anybody want one? Or just general?
I don't know. Luca,
I think we
what do
might
you
have
think?
lost audio. Hold on.
No, we hear
Oh,
you. Oh, he can't
Technology,
hear
I
us.
tell you.
he's not hearing it.
Well, we got another joiner.
Okay.
This might be Amy. Are you hear us?
Can you hear
I
me?
can. Mm-hmm. I can
Ooh.
hear.
I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
We can hear
Can hear
you.
you.
All right. I'm trying to figure out how to turn the camera around.
Usually,
Is it
well, if it's an iPhone, it's the bottom right.
Well, while you're doing
Red
that,
is
Elyse,
Oops, sorry.
this is Annie behind us. She was once
Um,
a guest of.
Why is it
oh,
even
okay.
turned
So
around?
do you see on the bottom there should be like four little icons? I'm thinking like the right has like a smiley. There's like the little circle, like the arrows.
it's the one
No,
that
there's
has,
nothing like that. It's just the messages to like add a comment. How
Click it,
weird.
maybe touch
it,
your screen and see if it'll pop up.
yeah, it's on your particular window.
Nope. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get out and come back. Hold on.
Okay. Okay.
And is it Redette? Is that your, I forget, is it, she said she would like a reading, so I'm definitely would be willing to do a reading for her.
Yeah, her name is, she goes by Trisha. Her name is
Trisha.
Reddit.
Okay.
Yes, she goes by Reddit
I
though.
could
But
absolutely can give Trisha a reading.
Okay, I'm going to ask you the question while waiting for Annie to log back in. Let me ask you. Last night, one of the questions that came up in the discussion was, as someone who is a uh,
Light
someone who is a
worker?
tarot reader, light worker, someone who uh, aims on helping others to find answers, to have guidance.
Yeah.
What is your stance on if I come to you and say, hey, you know what? There you go. Hey, Annie. Annie, this is Elyse.
Hi.
Elyse, this is Annie that's below you. So,
How
ladies,
are you?
Good.
I have a question that I wanted to try and ask both of you because I think the two of you are more than capable of answering this question. I don't think I'm capable or have the authority to, but as someone who does the type of work that you do, tarot reading, guidance, um, intuitive reading, and everything else that you do to help others, when someone comes to you, and it could be someone even close to you, like a close friend, like a best
Yeah.
friend, and says, hey, you know what? I could really use a reading. I really need some help. I need your guidance. But physically, you're not feeling well. Physically, it's like, it's been a long day for me. I don't have the energy to do it. Do you actually take yourself out of that mindset and say, okay, I'm going to help you? Or do you say, you know what? Today is not a good day for me. I don't think I can do a reading for you. I don't think I'd be doing you justice with the low energy that I have. So I don't think I can do a reading for you. What's your
Yeah.
take on that? Because I'll tell you what happened when that conversation is that best friend got really upset at the
Mm.
person who was the tarot reader, person who was
Yeah.
wanting to help with guidance. I don't know if I
Wait,
can handle it.
he got mad at the tarot reader?
Yeah, because it was like, you know
Oh,
what? I don't have the energy for that. It's been a long day. I don't think I can do that for you today. I don't think I'm going to be doing you justice with my low energy. So how do you feel
okay.
about I can't no. My answer tonight is no. I can't give you a reading. What's your
I
stance on that? Do you
I would likely, I mean, look, it really depends on the situation. If a best friend called me in need of support, I would probably, if I was super tired, I would probably, knowing myself, but this is me, knowing I'd try to support in some way and let that person know I was there for them. But a tarot
mm,
reading would probably not work. Like, I've had to build a muscle of understanding, like,
mm,
my resource levels in order to help people. I've had to build a muscle in terms of like understanding, like, one, knowing that like it's kind of like you have to put the oxygen mask on first before you put the oxygen mask on somebody else, right? Like if you're not resourced, you're not able to help. So I truly believe in that. Now, whether or not you can build the muscle to actually, one, be able to identify it within yourself, like it's even really hard to know you're not resourced, like you just want to help. So it may not be that
mm-hmm,
easy to even identify that you aren't resourced. But if you even are at that level, then to even feel like you can say no, that's hard. So I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying it's easy to do, but I would say in principle, yes. But also it depends on the situation and how in dire need the friend is in help. And then you could probably help in other ways besides a reading. But um,
Yeah, I
you know,
agree. I agree because it's not like, I mean, if it's like professional and they're giving me money, obviously not. You know what I mean? So yeah, it depends on the situation. But if it's like a close friend coming to me, it's not it's not like the tarot reading isn't going to be the first thing. First, it's going to be like reaching out, you know what I mean? And then if it leads to that, then maybe, if it's like something really serious, okay, maybe okay, I'll be like, all right, cool. But yeah, like if I'm feeling drained and tired, no, like I'm not gonna have like a customer, you know?
mm-hmm,
yeah,
mm-hmm,
that makes a big difference too. Total, really good
Yeah,
point.
right, yeah.
mm.
Yeah, that makes
There's
sense.
two things that wasn't brought up last night. That's interesting. I like that perspective. That's
It's
why I
hard
thought you
though.
two would be the
It's
perfect
so
ones
hard
to answer.
though. It is so hard to not. I mean, I will agree. Like when I get personal reading requests, I really do try to set expectations. Like, look, this is when I think I'll get to it, but I really want to make sure I'm in the right energy to be able
Yeah,
to do a reading. Because otherwise, to your
yeah,
point, you're
Mm,
not giving justice. So it's about setting the expectations up front And but it's hard. Things can get you're hard. Like we're all set. Anybody who's in this like wants to do this, whether for work or for like passion or whatever it is you're called to do it. Like you're sensitive, you are emotional, like you feel other people's feelings and you want to help. Like it's tough to
Yeah,
Mhm.
not want to
exactly.
just jump in and like just give all of ourselves. But then
Right,
we've all done
exactly. We
that.
have to like protect our own energy, you know?
And I guarantee that every one of us here likely feel strong about that because we've had to learn that. Like I've had to learn
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. By draining
Cool.
ourselves out.
Yeah.
Completely draining ourselves out.
Yeah, yeah. I love your energy, by the way. I really love it.
Oh, thank you. I can't
Upbeat.
wait to view more of yours. Like, I mean, I haven't but I will definitely be checking you out. And you're the guest next week, right, Luca?
No, she was a
I
past
think
guest,
so.
but she will be
Oh, she's
coming
a
back.
Yeah, it
past
was a
guest.
past
Well, I'll
guest.
definitely
Yeah.
have to check it out.
And
Thanks for all your
thanks.
Yeah,
support. I'm
It's a
excited.
long one.
I can't
you'll
wait.
you'll have to you'll have to meet her doll Donna. You
We
have to meet
couldn't
her doll
stop
Donna.
talking.
Oh my gosh.
It's really really cool. So Elise,
Yeah, so
um,
like whenever Elise, sorry, Luca, hold on. Before like I don't know when she has to go, so let me just ask her. Okay, so you totally, I mean, you had my attention the whole time, but you especially got my attention when you brought up oh my God, what was that one place that was an asylum?
improv,
Yes.
improv.
The
Oh, live from the
improv
asylum?
place.
Oh,
Oh, improv.
So are you allowed access throughout the location? Where is this
Oh, so
place? Is
okay.
this
No,
in Los
this.
Angeles?
Oh no, no, no. This is literally like a make believe. Like we just do it on Zoom. Like it's like in my head. I know. I just made up a place called the Asylum. It's not real.
Are you serious? I thought it was an actual place, and I was like, girl, hold up. I have questions.
Wait, but girl, if you
Okay,
want to talk more about,
I'm like,
if you want to
I
talk
need
more
to maybe
about
come there.
disembodied. Oh, you should. We should talk offline because I'm in a program where I if you want to find places that have disembodied spirits and such, we could talk.
Yeah, go for it. Hey, I'm so down.
Yeah, yeah. I literally
now
when I was
Annie,
when I
now
was in
your
my
comment makes sense.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
yes.
I know.
I kind of understood
I love
it.
it.
And then I got confused, and I'm like, wait, are we talking about two different places?
I was like, it's okay. I
Well, but it's so funny though because I'm so realmy, like the way that like because I mean again, it is a lot of that same energy center, like those that are like very theatrical or like that kind of stuff. It is a lot of third eye, and so when I'm doing the live from the asylum, and we have we've cultivated that over how many episodes this set that's virtual in my
That's
head.
really
I
cool.
see it so clear. Like for me, I like when I'm in Michael's apartment or the bar. Like I know what it looks like. And one day they were asking me about stuff. They're like, "Oh, well, where would the bar be?" And I was like, "Oh, what are you talking about? That's where the window is, and that's here, and the door's over here, and this is over here, and this is there." And they're just like,
I
"What?
love it.
Where
You
did
had
you
it
get
all
this
like
from?"
figured out. That's
Right?
so
It's not
cool.
even figured out. It's like the way that we've interacted around it. This is how it is. Like
Yeah.
we're always like and everyone was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "Am I the one who sees this?" What? I'm like in it. When I'm imagining stuff, like I'm in it. Like when I'm like, I feel like I'm like in it.
That's
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah.
But it's
Not a
just
says
so
lot of
funny
says
where
the
everyone's
people
like,
person
think, yeah.
says the person who probably had three imaginary friends growing up,
"Oh, I have more than three."
right?
And growing up, you're right. I don't have any more of those anymore. None.
Right, right. They're all grown up. Yeah,
Here, he can see
I'm
you.
almost done. I know
He
we
out of
have a
everybody,
party to go to.
he out of everybody can see you. He sees things.
Yes.
I wasn't talking to anybody, I swear.
There's one of them. He needs to put on his shirt because I'm feeling really inferior. He needs to go put
Does
on his
does
shirt.
he have to put on his shirt though? Because I'm sorry, it's looking pretty good.
All right, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
He's a Saturday night type of
Thank
imaginary
God.
friend.
Thank God this is the after hours video. That's going to be a part three. Let's have some fun. So, Elise, I'm going to do you a favor. I want to give you a gift tonight because you were kind enough to come back. I know you wanted to give Trisha a reading. I'm going to give you a gift. I'm going to give you a reading
You're gonna give
from
me
the
a
brown
reading?
bag.
Okay.
Bag.
I have 3 bags. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Okay.
I have the purple bag.
Ooh, I love purple. That's gonna be a hard one to beat.
I have the orange bag or
Was
peach
that a
bag.
Crown Royale bag?
I was wondering.
Oh, what gave it away, Annie?
Oh, come
That
on.
must be
I'm in AA. I know my alcohol, okay?
that must be your intuition. It must be your intuition.
Purple!
Nope,
But
just
tonight,
my alcoholism.
I want purple.
we're
Purple.
gonna do brown bag tonight. You,
Brown bag. Why do you show me? Okay, brown bag. Okay. Do I reach in?
brown bag, okay? You just tell me when to stop. I'm gonna be grabbing. There's cards in here. I'm gonna grab a card. I'm gonna grab you 3 cards. You tell me when to stop.
Like staying in there.
I love
Yeah,
it.
like it's only so big, you know. I've only got like 300 cards in here. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so you got 3 cards. I'm gonna give
Okay.
you your cards in order the way I have them.
Okay.
Ooh. So the goal is you want to get at least 3
Ooh.
points. That's the goal. You want to get 3 points.
3
So it's kind
points.
of a game.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you your first card. Your first card is in the upright position. You have the Ace of Assholes, which is a -3 card. So you're already
Oh,
starting
God.
off in the negative.
And then negative.
Dang it.
But, but, but
I
your
love
second
I
card
love an
again in the
underdog story. I love a drama. And because
yeah,
for me,
you're
it's like there's really great movies that are like, like a kid's in like the football team and he's not good, and then it's like, I like that type of a movie. So yeah, let's start off negative. Let's go.
okay. So we're gonna help you out in your
Assholes.
second card.
Got you.
Your second card came up is in the upright position again.
Yeah.
You have the 2 fucks given, which is
Yeah.
a +1.
Like the little, the little
Yeah.
See the spirit fingers? See the
Yep.
I
spirit
like the
fingers
2
right there?
fucks given. Yeah, fuck yeah.
2
I
fucks
love
given.
that.
All right.
Those
Give
are
me the 2
That's
fucks
for
at
your
hilarious.
a time. Give 2 fucks.
that is for your imaginary friend
I
without a
could give
shirt
2
on.
fucks.
Okay,
Hi,
the 2
Leah.
fucks
Leah is
given.
my most amazing friend. Love you, Leah. Yeah, I could give. We both, me and Leah, know about giving 2 fucks.
All right. Again, the goal is to get 3 points. You started off with the first card, the assholes card, the Ace of Assholes, which is the -3.
I wasn't a big
You had the
asshole. If I don't
upright
give 2 fucks, I'm still
2
gonna give
fucks
2.
given. That was a +1, so you're at -2. Here's
Okay.
your last card. Came in the, and you're lucky with this one.
I know I'm
Came in
lucky.
the reverse.
Oh God, it's another. Yeah, because I'm gonna freaking What?
You might kill this one. You might kill this one, but there's also a second chance for you to get your points. So it came in the reverse. You have the. I'm going to put it this way. You have the Ace of Perverts, which is a -1, but because it is in the reverse, it is the +1. Do you see his spirit finger right there?
It's upside down now. It's
Which
spirit
means,
finger.
which means you
Swear
have
to God.
now -1 points, right?
Okay.
But you get to choose one more time. Ready?
Okay.
Last card.
Stop.
Okay, I got 2, so we're gonna go with the 2.
Oh
Here's your
no.
first card. Yes, you like this one. So -3 +1 is -2, +1 is -1. You want to get 3 points. This will take you over the top. Came in the upright. You have the King of Comes, which is the 2
Oh
+ 2.
yes.
That takes you into the positive.
Take that, pervert and assholes.
All right, you're in the +1 card.
I
Plus
ain't gonna lie. I'm a little. I have to say though. I feel like I had to work for that, and that doesn't feel as good. Like I had
Yeah,
assholes and perverts come at me, and then all of a sudden I did some work, and I'm back in the positive. I don't know. I'm not okay. Keep going, but I had to work for my points.
last card. Last card. And it really suits your energy right now. But last card, it came in the reverse, which means
Uh-oh.
if it's a negative card, you get a point.
Yeah, I get the game.
If it's in the
Show it to
upright
me.
point and it's a negative, show it to you. There you go. I'll show it in the upright. You got the pissed pussy card, which is actually a minus point, but it's in the upright, it is the positive. So you are back down to
That
0.
Woo!
No, 2.
I
You
like
have
oh,
2
2.
points.
that too, right?
2
So
I'm
points.
up 2.
2.
I'm up 2. I love the number 2. This is great.
Yeah,
Okay.
you didn't quite make it to 3.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
win. I don't
wait,
care.
I have a jumper. I have a jumper. I have a jumper. I have a jumper. There you go. You have the queen of booty plus
Oh,
2.
okay.
You now
Oh,
have plus 4.
I feel so seen right now.
You have 4 points. You have 4
I feel
points.
so seen. I almost
So
wasn't gonna. I'm supposed to go out right after this. I was almost not gonna with those cards. Assholes
you're
and
gonna go out.
now that you got me the
You're gonna
third
go
card,
out.
though, now I know that's a sign. I have to go out and shake it. I actually don't think I'm gonna go dancing. So
Good.
warm it
Good.
up.
With that, I just wanted to give you a gift tonight for joining us again for the second time
Thank you. That
and
was
making
fun.
time out for us tonight. But I don't always give these, but tonight I was led to give it
Are
to you.
you saying that I'm special tonight?
Sure, we all are. That's what Barney
I know
says,
we
right?
all are. That's great.
That's what
I feel
Barney says. I
so.
remember.
I feel so special that you had me on here, not only once but twice. I have to give thanks to the bad tech, I guess, for that. But either way, I'm really excited to be here. I love all of you. Thank you again, Griff, for giving me the most special gifts of reels and I
You're
love
welcome.
them so
It's a
much.
start for tonight. It's a warm up.
Oh, Leah says okay. If there's actually, do you know what the flyer was? I bet that card flew out when Leah came on because if there's any girl with the best booty, mark my words, it is Leah, and everybody knows it. So that was for her. I'm probably still -1.
Hey, I think it was a good game. It lasted for 3 minutes. You started off with a negative 3 points. You ended the game with
Like I said, an
positive four
underdog
points.
story, but you know what? It wouldn't be realistic if I would come out at the top. That's just this is a real underdog climbing out, and two's my
Right.
number. So I like twos. Three is my life path number. I like twos and threes. Yeah, go Leo. Trust me, she shakes it.
But with
I was
that,
actually just
go ahead.
no, I don't know. I got distracted because then another thing got poked up. So with that,
With that, take your 3 imaginary friends. Take the good-looking guy on your right side. He's got a nice. His hair is slicked back.
I
Now
don't
I
really
see
like the
he's
slick
got this
back
really
hair.
nice
Now
shirt
that
on.
now that you point out the slick back hair, I don't like it. Get it out of here.
His name. His
It
name is.
actually says.
His name is. Okay, this is being serious. His name
I
is
was,
Jerome. His
Really?
name is Jerome. hmm
I was gonna say, you're starting to scare me here. Is there somebody you see?
No, it just a poke in my back. Just said,
Really? There's a
yes, I'm
Jerome here?
Jerome. Yeah.
I don't know a
Yes. Yes.
Jerome. So this is a from the hotel itself. This is not someone who knows me probably.
His name is
Can I call
Jerome.
him Jer for short or would he be offended by that?
You can. I think you can. Sleep with the bathroom light on.
What up, Jer?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know
What?
about Jer. Sleep with the bathroom light on. Just say that
That's
Leah,
freaky.
we're on Nation of Nigeria.
much.
I did call
But
her.
yeah, I
I
just
don't know.
thought I'd be serious.
Oh
But
my
Is he
God.
nice
you go
though?
have
Is
some
Jerome
fun.
nice though? But is Jerome nice though? Okay, you can't just leave me like, hey, the place you're gonna sleep is
I mean,
Jerome today.
really,
All right.
Luca, like,
All right. All right. All right. All right. I
I'm
I'm
wasn't
shaking my
intending.
head at you.
I wasn't. I know. I saw Andy do this. Like, oh, this guy.
Like,
Okay.
really.
All right. Well,
Is
let
he
me see.
nice?
Hold on. Hold on.
Does he have
Oh,
a
yeah,
deep voice?
yeah.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Does he have a deep voice?
He has slick back hair. It's dark,
Whatever.
possibly
Girl,
black.
lavender. Okay, lavender.
See,
Okay.
Burn
he's
it. Sprinkle
actually
it.
he doesn't have any negative intentions.
Okay.
He doesn't have any
Okay, he's
negative
welcome.
intentions. There's more
He's welcome.
curiosity for him.
Ooh,
More
yeah.
curiosity for him.
Yeah. With
So,
sometimes with oh go ahead.
Does
so there's a deep sadness. There's a deep sadness. Something happened in his life that caused him to to take him away from his family,
Oh,
wife and daughter.
oh.
oh,
Mm. This happened quite a while ago.
Mm.
This is one of the. I don't know what area you're in. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's rural. You said the city. I know that much,
It's
but
not
it
rural. It's
was.
not rural.
It feels like a part that it was one of his favorite places to kind of hang out.
Oh,
There's some areas around there that have activities and stuff that he used to hang around in that area. It's more
yeah.
curiosity. I don't think it's he's trapped in the room itself. I think it's more like he's passing through.
Okay. I
So
am
I
in the
think
middle
you're
of the
okay.
city. All right. Well, I give love to all beings. Mwah.
Does he have a deep voice? I don't know. I just keep like hearing this deep voice.
I don't hear his voice. I keep seeing him. For some
Mm.
reason, he's like showing me. He's like he was a good dresser.
I feel like,
Ooh.
yeah, I get that, and then I feel like it's like I hear Barry White's voice for some reason.
Let's get it on.
Yeah.
What was it? The name Jerome? Was it Jerome that
Let's
gave
get it
gave that away? To, for
on.
your information, Jerome is actually, I believe he was a white male, very light
He's got
skinned,
soul though. Let's get it on.
Mhm. Mhm.
All
but he
right, I'm on a
dressed
vibe
well.
now.
He had his hair slicked back. He dressed well. Um, smoked,
70.
smoked.
Mm.
Yeah, I think you're okay. I think he's passing
Okay.
through. It's just a curiosity thing.
I am going to embrace that message of that. And all right, guys.
It
Well,
started off as a joke. I'm sorry. I didn't
no,
mean
it's
that to
okay.
happen,
No,
but
you've I'm good. I actually am pretty sensitive to spaces and I feel pretty good in here.
good.
I feel good. It feels clean. And I also
Yeah,
brought some sage. I saged it up when I go into places, so yes, Leah, when I
cool.
do find your own, I'll let you know. I'll give you a play by play later.
Sounds good. Have
All
fun
right,
tonight. Be
loves.
safe.
Thank you,
Have fun.
everyone. I really
Yeah.
appreciate being on here. You guys are the best, and more to come in the future, hopefully. Mwah.
We'll have you
Yeah.
come back
It
for
was
sure.
so nice to
Nice
Thank you.
meet
meeting you,
you.
Sweet. Nice meeting you, Amy. Nice meeting you, everybody.
Thank you,
And
Leah.
I'll talk to you all later.
Take care. Have fun.